We're kicking off the Creole Fusion Trail right here at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum in New Orleans. New Orleans is an obvious place to start. It's a culinary destination for the entire world and has been for literally centuries. With its rich blend of cultures and its architecture, music, and diverse foods, New Orleans is one of the great cities in the world, period. But if you're a foodie, it's the place to start. I am here with Liz Williams, who is the president of the Southern Food and Beverage Museum. Liz, why a museum for Southern food and beverages?
Well, it's really amazing that there wasn't one already because it's so obvious that this is a city where people live to eat.
That's true. Tell me about New Orleans' cocktail tradition.
Well, we have a long history of the cocktail. There are some people who actually say that it was invented in New Orleans. And of course we have the Sazerac, which is the cocktail that has recently been named the official drink of the city of New Orleans.
Now, when you think about New Orleans dining, chances are that some of the obvious French Quarter restaurants come to mind. Places like K. Paul's Kitchen, Galatoire's, Arnaud's, Dickie Brennan's Bourbon House. But nothing says classic New Orleans better, or has been around longer, than Antoine's. I am sitting here with a great lady of cuisine, Yvonne Alciator Blunt, the fourth generation owner of Antoine's, which is the oldest family-owned restaurant in the United States, correct?
That's correct.
And if you could tell people one reason to come to Antoine's, what would that be?
Well, I think that because New Orleans has access to the best food in the world, the best seafood and the best meat, and of course the cooking is a very important part of that. Our chefs are different than other chefs because many restaurants count on the innovation of the chef to come up with a new recipe, something new all the time. Here, that's not what we do at all. What we want is to have the same dishes that people have always had and always loved, prepared consistently well every day, so that people come back after 20 years or 30 years and things are just as they remember them. So to come back to Antoine's is a wonderful thing because people do find it to be just the way they remember it, which is what we try to do, and apparently, thank God, have done it well for a good while.
Your adventure on the Creole Fusion Trail doesn't end in New Orleans. It also includes incredible regions like the one we're in right now, Louisiana's North Shore. Now this place is a collection of quaint towns like Covington, Mandeville, Slidell, and Abita Springs. It has fantastic restaurants and also great places to explore like this, the Abita Brewery, home of great American beers. I'm here with Troy Ashley, the Chief Financial Officer of Abita Beer. Troy, this is an incredible complex. Tell me a little bit about Abita.
Well, the Abita Brewery started about 23 years ago with a simple idea of making quality beers before quantity, and we've since grown to about 1,500 barrels our first year of operation to where we'll be producing 85,000 barrels this current year. The Abita Brewing Company is the oldest and largest craft brewery in the southeastern United States, and it's something we're very proud of.
Let's take a look at some other things the North Shore has to offer. We're here at La Provence, one of the premier dining destinations of Louisiana's North Shore, with chef-owner John Besh. You are synonymous for a lot of people around the world with Louisiana cuisine. Your restaurants are very famous. Tell me what's different about La Provence in particular.
You know, La Provence is really close to my heart. This is a place I grew up just down the street from here. This is home for me. And so we have what we're trying to create as the most sustainable restaurant possible. And that's important to me. It's important to really make a statement by saying this is as close to farm to table as we can get, the freshest and the best ingredients that we can possibly provide for the customers. And it really comes through. The passion in the kitchen, the style of cooking is a marriage between that of the Provençal French nature and our indigenous Louisiana products. And the marriage works seamlessly because of the great cultural influence that France has impacted on South Louisiana.
And folks, that's just a small sampling of the stops along the Creole Fusion Trail. If you like what you see, why not find out more about the rest of the stops along the way? Or hey, click on another trail and see what else Louisiana has in store.